So I was born and raised in Brooklyn. My grandmother, my mother's mother, she's born and raised in South Carolina. The summer as kids, we always came down. We spent our summers down here. So the South wasn't like new to me. I was used to coming down here. But over in Mount Pleasant is where my family is. And yeah, it is nothing like how it is today. I mean, we literally had hogs and chickens and we were straight country. And we loved it coming from the city. That was just like, oh my God. So we loved coming down here. You feel like you was free to roam and do whatever. But as in the city, not so much. You're just kind of restricted as to, playing outside and stuff like that. But when we came down here, oh my God, it was just like a whole new world. When I was growing up, I always said, oh, I'm going to do hair. And they were like, oh, okay. My grandmother was a cosmetologist. So I just remember like the first day of school and stuff like that, we will all go to my grandmother's house and we all be sitting in the kitchen. Everybody's getting their hair pressed and curled, for the first day of school. It was like things like that, like I'll never forget, and then when Jerry curls came out, we was all in the kitchen. Everybody was getting their Jerry curls done. So I always had a thing with doing hair. I had so many dolls and I would do their hair and line them all on my bed. So each doll had a different hairstyle. This one had braids, this one had curls, so I was like definitely going to do somebody's hair. I didn't care who hair it was, I was going to do somebody's hair. It's different between the South and New York. You get to choose what high school you go to in New York. And I wanted to take cosmetology. So my dad always instilled in us, you don't just want a job, you want to get a trade. He was like, well, you want to do hair, go to a school that's teaching cosmetology. And that's exactly what I did. And I tell people all the time, get a trade. And if you can get in a school, even better, because that education was free. Besides me buying my, my tools, my implements and stuff I needed, the education was free. As long as you passed all your classes, it was, you were able to stay in the course. So you couldn't fail anything because though your major, took up a lot of your schedule. So I actually had my cosmetology license before I had my high school diploma, because I had my hours and they were like, well, if you want to go take the state test, you could. Took it, passed it, but I was still in school for a couple of months. So, and I've been doing that since I was in the 10th grade. I was working in the salons. Because I worked in the salons for a while. We was doing wraps and doobie wraps and French rolls and, so that was the era when I was like just starting in the salon. Even though I didn't get to do a lot right away, I was sweeping the floors and sanitizing combs. Then I graduated to washing hair. And then things change when you have kids. I couldn't be at work 7 o'clock and work into 7 o'clock at night, sometimes 10 o'clock at night, because I had customers. So, that's when I started just independently traveling and getting different accounts on my own. I was trying to take it to another level because I always wanted to work for myself, not for somebody. So I said, did some research and started looking into it. And I'm more of a holistic person anyway. So that was kind of like in line with what I believe. So I'm like, yeah, let me look into this and start, producing different products that a lot of people are asking for, because it's like supply and demand. And handmade soaps, petal infused body oils, and all the ingredients are all natural. They have the marking so you know how much you're adding. This is the hard part, it's cutting down the soap, even though I already got it off the big block. This is a good cup of soap, so this is what it looks like now that I done chopped it all up. How I poured it in the molds and it's firm already, so this can hold the embeds. So I liked how I can look back and see how we evolved. We started out with this one little product, a couple of products, and then we grew, to adding the natural soaps and infused body oils and the lotions, with body butters. So, and it was good because I was learning these things. These things are not manufactured. I physically make these things. Like even the soaps, My soaps look like actual food. It's always like the things that I really love. So it's not like I'm working so hard and it's stressful. Like I said, if you're doing something that you love, it's not working. It's really, and I know it sounds so cliche-ish, like but it's the God honest truth. A lot of work, but you don't get tired of doing it. And then to make other people feel good and look good, it's like giving. So I love it, and I don't think I won't ever stop doing that.